Welcome back to NTV Weekend Edition. Now, the National Assembly's Committee on Transport, Public Works and Housing has summoned the National Construction Authority over the rising cases of collapsing buildings in the last few months. Leila Mohammed reports that while investigations into such incidents have pointed to a blatant violation of the building codes, the relevant government agencies have been faulted for failing to enforce the law and punish the offenders.
The owner of the ill-fated two-story building that collapsed in Mamboleo, Kisumu County last Monday, and the building's contractor were to be charged in court on Friday, September 17th, days after 4 people died. The National Construction Authority says it inspected the building twice and raised reservations about the non-compliance to building codes. The authority says the developers can at times alter the construction designs after approval. This, they say, is to blame for the recent spate of accidents across the country. The authority will be on the spot later in the week for the increase in such cases, with the Parliamentary Committee in charge of housing seeking answers on who is to blame for violations that have had deadly consequences. According to the building code, an NCA-certified qualified professional is supposed to conduct a visual inspection followed by a full structural and civil investigation. There are also other detailed investigations that include a full building condition survey and a special building investigation. But even as regulations have been set out, in some cases rogue developers are accused of cutting corners to circumvent regulations to hurriedly build substandard structures. At the tail end of August 2021, a 5-story building under construction in Kinoo that was leaning dangerously collapsed due to what the Institution of Engineers of Kenya's president, Engineer Nathaniel Matalanga, attributes to a weak foundation. This is to blame for the collapse of a number of buildings, according to a special task force formed in 2015 to check on the quality of buildings. Other findings of the task force included the use of substandard material knowingly, owing to a thriving counterfeit market, and to cut on costs. The National Construction Authority Act outlaws the use of unsuitable or substandard materials in construction. The building code also states that every building, structural element or component of a building and an incidental structure shall be designed to be safe and serviceable. All construction work should be carried out by qualified contractors under the supervision of competent architects and engineers, and when such labour is expensive, many run for the unskilled labour. Even then, engaging unqualified persons in place for engineers to cut costs has been mentioned as another key reason for these life-threatening outcomes. Greed for wealth and corruption have also played their part in causing trouble in the construction industry. Parliamentary committee is said to be seeking a solution to the problem with the hope that future construction projects will follow or lay down laws of the land. Leila Mohammed, NTV.